Sorry that I'm making this video on a low quality phone, but I just have a question. I've been disturbed by these people who wake up who are calling themselves patriots, and I'm not saying they're bad people, and go stand in the hospital because they don't want a foreign national to access hospitals. Um, or if you do not have an accent, even if you provide a South African ID, if you don't have an accent that is South African, they don't allow you. They rather prefer a smart card, right? So my question is, what happens if a person collapses in front of you? What happens if that parent has a baby and the baby is crying? What happens if that person is fainting, or you can see that they are low on blood sugar levels, or they having a blood pressure? Like, do you feel indifferent? Like, do you not feel inhumane? And again, I'm not saying you are bad people for that. That's not up for me to say. Um, and then that's not for me to use the term xenophobic, right? Because it's a debatable term. But do you think standing in front of the hospital, preventing people who are sick who need immediate help, solve anything? Do you think it is effective? Do you think it's going to stop people from crossing borders illegally? Do you not address problems in a more diplomatic way? Because it is no part two. Do you not think that it will be more effective to have to demand a national dialogue? Of course, not one that is like worth 700 million, but to organize communities and invite politicians, or uh, have a segment that can be nationalized on television where you discuss effective policies and you urge politicians to look on border control, kind of humane, effective policies. Because the problem that we have in South Africa, to be honest, we don't have a problem of foreigners, whether they are legal or illegal. We have a problem of corrupt institutions where a police will enable and uh, any form of crime, whether it's committed by foreigners, or whether they are legal or illegal, or citizens who are born here or naturalized, whatever the case is. Understand? We have a problem of politicians who will say anything to get our votes, but not do anything to keep their weight. We have institutions that are not strong enough. We have corrupt justice system. We have deteriorating health institutions. We have deteriorated SAPS institutions. We have deteriorated department. Like, all South African institutions that we inherited from apartheid, that we built after apartheid, it's all corrupted. So part three. Part three is saying, there's this thing that Tom Peggy used to say. He says, you can deport as many illegal foreigners as you want. It's not solving any problem. They're gonna still come. You're gonna deport them. They're still gonna come back, right? So, like, actually, what are you doing? You are working backwards. If you say they're taking your jobs, then it means that you must hold the people that enable them to take your jobs. Who are those people's employers? And why are those employers doing that? To say they hate black South Africans, well, maybe that's an overstatement, but I feel like because they're capitalists, because they care about profits more than patriotism to give back to the people that don't have in the country, for sure. Because I'll always say charity begins at home, whether we like it or not. That's a principle. You cannot just work and then forget your family and go help outside. No, it doesn't work like that. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not sensible, right? But who also enable those employers is the institution of Department of Labor or the government of Department of Labor. You understand? So, to attack people who are already vulnerable like you, who are scrambling for crumbs like you, it's insanity. So you are misdirecting your anger when you are patriots that hate illegal foreigners. You should hate the people that you vote for and hate the people that have economy. That's where your anger should go to. Are you gonna stop the people crossing the border illegally? You're never gonna win that war. I'm sorry to tell you, you're never gonna win that war. You can scream all you want on social media, hate them all you want, but you're never gonna do anything about that.